You couldn't have stopped Jesus from dying for you if you had tried. Here's today's text from Matthew chapter 16. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, Far be it from you, Lord. This shall never happen to you. But he, Jesus, turned and said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You're a hindrance to me, for you're not setting your mind on the things of God, but on the things of man. You can learn a lot about a person by what makes him or her mad. We ought to pay attention to what made Jesus angry. And this is one of those moments. Today's text comes on the heels of Jesus' blessing in renaming the impetuous fisherman Peter. He's Simon, then he's Peter, and then he's Satan. Simon, Peter, and then Satan. It's shocking because Jesus doesn't have words this strong for anyone else, with a possible exception of the Pharisees. But even then, Jesus speaks in generalizations that don't feel so pointed. It's one thing if you're part of a team and the coach says you all play like a bunch of losers. It's quite another if the coach picks you out at the end of the game and says, Alan, you played terribly today. It's understandable how angry he was at the religious leaders. After all, they wanted to kill Jesus. After all, the Pharisees were condemning their people, enslaving them with legalism. You would think that Jesus would be most mad at the ones who wanted to put him on the cross. Instead, he's most mad at the man who didn't want him to go to the cross. What brings arguably the greatest, strongest rebuke anywhere recorded on the lips of Jesus is a friend whom he had just blessed. And it's a friend who earnestly speaks with noble intentions stemming from his love for Jesus. I don't think Jesus was mad at Peter. He was mad at the devil. The greatest temptations of Jesus are revealed in this showdown with the devil in the desert. In Matthew 4, Satan tempts Jesus to turn a stone to bread, to defy gravity, to take an earthly throne. In other words, the accuser tempted the Messiah to take a shortcut to glory, to use his divinity for his own gain rather than to fulfill his calling. When Jesus rebukes Peter in Matthew 16, he uses the same word he used when he was in the wilderness to rebuke him. When Jesus heard Peter tempting him to avoid the cross, he remembered the devil in the wilderness. He looked at Peter, but he spoke to the devil. Jesus got mad at Peter for telling him not to die, because Jesus came to die for Peter and for you. And that's the gospel. And that's today's good news, and you can get more messages just like this by clicking right here, or better yet, subscribing. Start every day with the good news. Hope you have a great day today.